strength, and vital contributions of women who have played a pivotal role in the fight for justice and freedom. Let us now delve into this powerful visual narrative that highlights the inspiring stories of women, including the political prisoners in the forefront of the Iranian movement for change.
Iranian women's movement in contemporary history. Under the Shah's dictatorship, women were executed in the struggle against it. Marzia Skouyi, Fatemeh Amini, Mehnoush Ebrahimi, Behjat Tiftakchi, Shirin Moazzeh. Women in a struggle against Khomeini. From the onset, Khomeini waged war on women with the infamous slogan of either the veil or a beating on the head. But Iranian women also fought back with their massive demonstration, while the PMI women and girls were at the forefront defending the protesters on that day. In 1979 in Shiraz, Nasrin Rostami, a young PMI supporter, died after being shot by revolutionary guards. The clerical regime started slaughtering the PMI members and sympathizers, including young girls, in the aftermath of the June 20th, 1981 peaceful demonstrations. Even teenage girls who had refused to give their names to the revolutionary guards were executed without establishing their identities. And other women who, after years of torture in the Shah's prisons, were executed by the Mullah's regime. Masoumeh Shadmani, or Mother Kabiri, Ashraf Rajavi, and dozens of other female freedom fighters. Quite a few PMI women gave birth to their children in Khomeini's dungeons. The struggle of PMI women in the regime's jails has continued for the last 4 decades. Maryam Akbari Monfared was arrested and sentenced to 15 years in prison in 2009 for supporting the PMI. Additionally, 3 of her brothers and 1 sister were executed by the Mullah's regime for their support of the PMI. After enduring torture, Maryam was banished to the prison of Semnan and was subsequently sentenced to 3 more years in prison. Another crime attributed to her is seeking justice through legal action against her executed siblings in the massacre of political prisoners in 1988 by the Mullah's regime. Maryam Akbari Monfared wrote in a letter, "We are seeking justice and insisting on justice in the hope that no more families would have to mourn their children. We have lived through the terrible and torturous decade of the 1980s. That's why we are thinking of and seeking justice so that the future generations of Iran would not have such a terrible experience." In another letter, Maryam Akbari Monfared wrote, "The 1988 massacre is ongoing. The execution and killings of innocent people are the continuation of that massacre. The killing of protesters in 2009, 2017, and 2019 is the continuation of the 1988 massacre. Persisting on the call for justice for the victims of the 1988 massacre is identical to the struggle for freedom." The Mullah's judiciary arrested Masoumeh Yavari in Golpaygan, Isfahan, on the 12th of December 2023 on charges of membership in the PMI. They sentenced her to 13 years of imprisonment. Marzia Farsi, 56 years old, a mother of 2 children, and the sister of a slain PMI member, Hassan Farsi, has been sentenced to 15 years in prison. Forough Taripour, 29 years old, was sentenced to 15 years in prison. She was arrested in February 2020 for her ties to the PMOI. She was released in February 2023 after 3 years of imprisonment, but was re-arrested on the 23rd of August 2023 in Tehran. Nassim Gholami was arrested in September 2023 for supporting the PMOI. She has been accused of baghi, or armed insurgency, a charge that is punishable with execution, amputation of limbs, or long prison sentences. Despite the incarcerations, tortures, pain and anguish, the women of Iran are determined to continue their struggle to the end to achieve freedom.